I have the last section to cut here, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this bucket through and forage, because there's actually quite a bit of edibles in here. So there's some wild strawberries. They aren't really worth the forage, but there are greens, these greens here, that are edible. Now the challenge is that we're right up against the road, so I'm going to focus on foraging things that are in the grass. Now grass like this does a few things I want to share with you. My name's Justin Hitt from Prosperity Homestead. First off, this grass is going to catch moisture in the air, especially the dew, and put that moisture back in the ground. This grass is food for our animals, so we're going to cut it here and take it somewhere else. But the grass does have to be cut regularly. When your grass stalks are thick like this and there's seed on top, then it's better for chickens than small livestock like goats and big livestock like cows. They don't really want to eat that kind of silage. That's kind of too fibery, and so you can use it as bedding for chickens, or you can use it as just general mulch. But if you use it as mulch in a garden, it's going to have seed in it. So I've taken too long to mow this out. Now this other area that's been cut is already starting to come back, and you can see that. You can see how it's a blend of clover and different grasses. That second cut is actually going to have better value than the first cut as far as nutrients are concerned, because that first growth is trying to get to seed. It's just trying to push to seed. Now, one of the things about scything this is that we're going to have better, we're not putting in a lot of fossil fuels. It's going to be a better cut. It'll recover quickly, and it'll grow right back, and it will grow back pretty fast. Another benefit that tall grass like this has is it's catching dust and other materials. It's buffering the wind. It's providing habitat. So again, it's not completely useless as grass, but it is not valuable cut as lawn. So what we believe to be the modern lawn is based on a social construct of lawn as a status symbol rather than lawn as a utility resource on your homestead. So here at Prosperity Homestead, we're talking about utility resources. So if you've got a place on your land that you can start growing grass like this, and this was intended to be a garden area, but plans change because we're in an urban space and not everybody understands what the hell's going on. But ultimately, the blend of grasses cut regularly with a scythe, more appropriately with the timing. So earlier in the season, early in the morning when the moisture is high, that actually has food and fodder value for your animals. So depending on how long it's been growing, whether the grass is stalky or leafy, animals are going to want to eat the leafy stuff, not the stalky stuff. You're going to be able to take different decisions. So some of it you could cut and you could let it dry a little bit. And so this didn't get raked up. You can let it dry, and it makes good feed, because if you feed your animals stuff that's too green, they can have digestive problems. But again, if it dries out too much, or it dries and it has a lot of seed in it, and these thick fibery stalks, then you're going to probably want to just throw it in your chicken bedding, throw it under your rabbits, throw it someplace where you're going to absorb nitrogens and use that carbonous material to turn it into some kind of compost. Now my allergies are crazy out here, so I'm going to go ahead and get to work. So remember, first I'm going to go through and forage, and if this was a homestead, there would be vegetables growing in here, and I would get the vegetables out. I'm going to go through and just make sure there aren't any rocks. If there are any rocks, I need to take them out. Remember, we used to put the rocks in these rock towers, but I had some guys come out here and mow, and they knocked over all the rock towers because they're not really paying attention. Our advocacy is that you pay attention to the land, you do what's best for the land, and you do what's best for the resources that you need around the property. So again, I'm Justin Hitt from Prosperity Homestead. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll leave you with this nice little flower. Here's that flower bed that we had here. These are irises. I'm going to dig these out and take them someplace else. Again, like and subscribe. See you in the comments below. I'm going to get to work.